Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty player. Can continue to survive these things. Here you see Sophie Cunningham laid out on the floor, holding her knee. The lady was in tears, crying as Lexi Hall approached her to help her.
Immediately, first, look at this. Instantly into the game. Instantly. Immediately. They had a target to hurt Sophie. She was targeted by this team.
2 injuries. 1 team unraveling. And tonight, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham drop a bombshell that could change the WNBA forever. What happened behind the scenes? Why is the league facing the biggest credibility crisis in years? And how did one collision ignite an entire firestorm? Tonight, we break down the facts, the fallout, and the moment fans say the WNBA finally crossed the line.
Right there, and Hartley just kind of falls,
and
in
she
crushes
in
immediately
on the knee of Sophie right here.
She went down.
Just sums up everything. Like, we weren't going to win this game if Sophie Cunningham was healthy. This isn't like, oh, we lost because of a Sophie Cunningham injury. We were down 17 points when she got injured. This happens.
Welcome back to the channel. Tonight's investigation is built on verified game footage, public statements, and first-hand reactions. No speculation, just what we know, what's confirmed, and what's being alleged by players, coaches, and fans around the league.
And it looked like Stephanie White is extremely emotional after this hard-fought game. Sophie Cunningham family is
With 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Fever forward Sophie Cunningham collided with Connecticut's Bria Hartley. The contact sent Cunningham to the ground immediately, clutching her knee. Medical staff rushed in within seconds. While injuries happen in sports, what followed is what sent the league and social media into absolute chaos.
I'm hella mad. Hartley need to be suspended on a major level completely. Probably she's at this point she's more.
Sophie's family publicly expressed anger in the hours following the game. Her sister Lindsay criticized officiating consistency. Her mother, Paula, called Hartley a reckless player, reflecting a growing sentiment among frustrated fans.
Business to hurt Sophie, and that's exactly what they did, was hurt Sophie, and I'm hella mad.
Within minutes, the injury clip dominated social platforms. Fans debated whether the collision was accidental or avoidable. Hashtags like #ProtectWNBA players and #Cunningham sparked over 20 million impressions across platforms.
Lindsay and her mom, Paula. At WNBA, maybe you should focus less on fining players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are able to call a consistent game, protect your athlete.
To understand the outrage, you have to look at the broader pattern. This season has been the most physical and the most controversial in modern WNBA history. Earlier incidents involving Hartley, Angel Reese, and Becca Allen reignited a debate about physical play, league discipline, and player safety.
Sophie's mother, Paula. Hartley is a disgruntled player having trouble everywhere she goes. She's plain mean.
Analysts around the league pushed back on the idea of intent, reminding fans that fast plays often look far worse in slow motion. But they also echoed a deeper concern, whether league officiating is prepared for the faster, more physical style emerging across teams.
Patella injury, normally people will hold higher in their knee if it's a knee ligament injury. It looks like she might have either broke or either.
Cunningham wasn't just another rotation piece. She was the emotional engine of the Fever, the veteran who stood up for Caitlin Clark when the rookie faced aggressive defensive pressure early in the season. Losing her isn't just about depth, it's about losing the player who provided grit, intensity, and leadership.
Sophie did not deserve any of that happened to her today, and it is very.
Hours after the incident, both Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham made statements that fans have since labeled a bombshell for the WNBA. Caitlin emphasized that the league must protect its players, calling for higher officiating standards. Cunningham's camp echoed the need for clearer rules and stronger accountability.
Sophie Cunningham out for the year. How can this team continue to survive? We bring in Ari McDonald because of injuries, and who would have thought? Caitlin Clark would be out most of the year. Sophie Cunningham will have a season.
The league hasn't issued any disciplinary action yet, but officials did confirm that the play would be reviewed. Over the past season, the WNBA has emphasized increased enforcement around flagrant fouls and off-ball contact, but critics argue that the league hasn't kept pace with the escalating intensity.
I told you guys this girl was a dirty player, and that's all she did today was show how dirty she is. This is unfortunate. I don't know.
With the Fever's postseason hopes fragile, Caitlin Clark still battling injury, and Sophie Cunningham facing a potential season-ending diagnosis, this moment could reshape the franchise and the entire league. Will the WNBA crack down on dangerous play? Will rule changes follow? And will star players push for reforms behind the scenes?
Is a dirty, dirty player. She pulled Angel Reese out of air by her ponytail. Angel Reese is ready to fight.
One thing is clear, the league is now facing a crossroads. Fans are demanding accountability. Players are speaking louder than ever. And with two of the most influential figures in the game, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, calling for change, the next few weeks could define the WNBA's future. What do you think needs to happen? Should the league introduce stricter rules? Should officials face review? And how should the Fever move forward?
I don't know if it's her knee. I don't know if it's her Achilles, the way she was kind of dragging her foot. I don't know. But Bria Hartley has had dirty plays all season. But you got to know who we're talking about.
Reality, you know, because she is somebody's daughter. She is somebody's sister. And this is just unfortunate. And those of you who don't think a civil rights investigation need to be brought upon this league is tripping. This civil rights.
Do you think the refs called any fouls? No, they didn't. These refs are clowns.
Lexi Hull hit a big three that was the dagger at the end. Aaliyah Boston, 7 of 13, 14 points, 13 boards, a double-double there, added 5
In the beginning of this game, Sophie Cunningham is bringing the ball up the floor. She gets mugged, hit upside the head, knocked to the floor while dribbling the ball up the floor 75 feet away from the rim.